don't take ayahuasca before watching this. Why? Because, well, I'll tell you why. But you have to stick around this video. Most people want to take ayahuasca because they think it's going to be this fantastic journey. They go off on these resorts, and take a few days and go and trip out, find themselves, try to find this spiritual awareness. And if you know anybody that's done it and they've come back and they haven't been right since then, or you've heard about it, it's totally true. That if there is someone that's taking you on some sort of retreat doing this, and they're taking you to some quote-unquote shaman that's doing it, it's not a real shaman. It's a recreational shaman that's doing it, or just somebody that's like a charlatan posing as a shaman that's trying to make money. Because, do you know what? If you don't know anything about it, you don't know anything about shamans, you can have the wool pulled over your eyes pretty easily. So people think it's a great idea to go and do this. And I've heard people talk about it. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. And there are a couple of reasons why you shouldn't. And all of this information I'm going to tell you is not just coming off the top of my head. It's not coming from experience because I haven't done it. Why? Because I work with someone who is very close to, who is a shaman's apprentice for over 25 years. So I work with this person who is a shaman's apprentice for over 25 years. And this shaman that I'm talking about is very well respected globally. Okay, this person, let's just say this person was very close with Donna Maria Sabina, who you guys might, if anybody's done any research, is the lady who was the mushroom medicine woman. Okay, she's a shaman as well. And so he trained with her, and also trained with some very, 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 very famous people, shamans. Okay, so this is not BS. Okay, so what happens is when you go, number one, okay, the first thing is, that's the first thing you have to understand about ayahuasca, is it is a sacred plant. It's not just, if you think, it's just the equivalent of, you know, if you were to go say, I want to take ayahuasca because I want to go on a trip and find myself. If that's you, and your voice sounds like that, I want to talk to you because that's pretty amazing if I just actually did your voice. But I digress. I'm being a little bit silly just for the entertainment's sake, and that's okay. But it's a very sacred plant. And if you're saying you want to go take ayahuasca because you want to understand yourself, you want to go trip out and find yourself, well, that's kind of the equivalent of saying that you want to go to a pharmacy and take pharmaceutical drugs that are not prescribed to you and just take them recreationally in the jungle, okay? Because the only way it should be taken is if a shaman actually directs you to it for a reason, for a medicine. And I watched a documentary on Donna Maria Sabina, the mushroom lady. And she talked about all of the people. Once people found out about her, all of these famous people started to go and see her. Okay, so then she became very famous because of it. Not famous, but like a lot of people come to see her and then come to just go and take mushrooms, like around where she's at, because like she only uses them to heal. She doesn't take them. She stresses that they're only be meant to heal. And the fact that so many people like flocked to where she lived, I can't remember the name of the town, but it's in Oaxaca, Mexico. I can't remember the name of the small town, but loads of hippies flocked there because this is like back in the 70s when like some of the Beatles went and hung out with her, and Timothy Leary. So she sparked the whole psychedelic movement, you know, unbeknownst to her, not on purpose, of course, because she didn't agree with that, because she's a real shaman. That's why. Okay, so what happened was that she felt that the mushrooms lost their power because they were being desecrated by just people, hippies come and take them, they come take them whenever, you know. The ceremony that she would go through is at night, so these people, and it's very, very sacred the way she would do it. So people come and take these, and then it just desecrates and loses power of the medicine that's in the plant, the ayahuasca plant, in this case, right? So it's just like so many things, I think, on earth, is that we find out, and I'm not throwing stones because I'm sure I'm guilty of it too. Avocados and whatever, things that like you decide that you like them, and then you kind of overconsume them. Or in this case, this is overconsumption of the ayahuasca plant, because like not that many people should be going and doing it, right? Just as for quote unquote fun, or to like find themselves or something. Because what happens, okay, so the second big reason is that when you go and you do this with someone who is not a trained shaman, they do not know how to properly get your spirit back in your body. So then what happens? Also, what happens is when your spirit comes out of your body, it can attract negativity, and if you do manage to come back in your body, it can attract that negativity back into your body and attach to you. So it makes everybody's work that much harder. So if you're going to think about taking ayahuasca, don't do it. It's not necessary. You want to trip out, go smoke some weed, whatever, man. Smoke a lot of weed. I mean, I'm not condoning that, okay, of course. But if you want to trip out, really trip out, if you want to get connected to the universe and stuff, you don't need drugs. Meditate. Because everyone wants to fast track. They want to Amazon Prime this enlightenment, which is coming from someone who's, I've meditated for years, several years now at this point, maybe 3.5 years or 4 years at this point, but meditate consistently every day, and you will find that bliss that you're looking for in that you want in that ayahuasca hit, which is going to come and go and be very dangerous and cost you a lot of money to fly over Brazil and desecrate their lands. And I mean, I know it's tourism for them. They're going to make money off of it, right? But that's the greed that's driving that. People driving the tours. Hey, we can do tours over there, man. Get people to buy ayahuasca, man. It's just people trying to make money off of you because you think that it's going to bring you enlightenment. There's no fast track to enlightenment. It's not from doing something external to you. It's in you. It's in each and every one of you. Each and every one of you that I'm speaking to now. You just have to go within and find that within yourself. It's not in Brazil with some fake shaman that's going to endanger your psyche, your spirit. Don't do it. Like it's like if you talk to anybody that's had a bad experience, they'll say don't do it either. I haven't done it because I've not been prescribed it. If I were prescribed it, I would take it from a shaman that I know and trust, right? But you can't find a shaman. If you're going to go look for shamans, 1-800-SHAMAN, no. They find you. If you look for them and you call out to them, they will find you. And that's the truth. So, peace and love. Don't do it.